the shit that we covered this week, and then we'll go over the como displacement. But I mean, we already covered displacement pretty yesterday, so those are just similar, same shit. Okay, I can hear myself fine on the stream. Mhm. Yeah. And we are live. Welcome everyone to another little Saturday stream. We got Shane in the house. We got Timmy in the house. And we're just gonna go over some charts, bullshit a little bit, maybe go over some setups, but pretty much just seeing if anybody has any questions and just covering the things that we've gone over this whole week. So we've gone over fair value gaps, breaker blocks, optimal trade entry, importance of time frames, market structure shifts, and we kind of covered displacement last lesson as well. It just kind of goes hand in hand with that market structure shift. So let's go over what we had on our weekly setups. We kind of stayed in the range this week. As you can see, they kept on. Honestly, they did very similar moves this whole week. Kind of drop into New York Open and then pump out of it every day except Tuesday. So which one's Monday? This is Monday. That's Friday. Yeah, there's Monday. Okay. Let's go over right. Monday, we had our key levels. Monday journal over here was a very much so an OTE day. So price bounce here on OTE on the news scandal, right? We had news on Monday. We had core, whatever news we had on Monday, dude. I'm so out of it. Monday core retail sales we had on Monday. All right, so we've talked about this before. We have a news scandal, and the news scandal we watched for the OTE. So you can see right here at 9:30, 9:25, we kind of retrace into that OTE, and then we bounce on that OTE of that candle, and then we obviously continue higher. And over here during our I think I want to show Timmy time, but over here I'm pretty sure Timmy time right 9:40 over here. I put in the top. Now this becomes our little candle bottom. We looked for a close below it. Right, similar thing that we always talk about. See, are we closing below the previous close of that candle? Are we closing above it? So if we would have held that level, probably would have continued up. But for the time being, we kind of retraced back down and we came into the OTE of this whole range that was created, right? This huge range. So top to bottom over here, we came into the OTE, took out these wicks, right? Over here, equal lows, all of this stuff was taken out. And then we continued up into that second half of the day. What else did we have? We had a little animal over here. Kind of played out. I mean, mostly we were playing out for... Right now, we're still kind of in a range, honestly. More than anything. So we just looked at Monday. Let's go over Tuesday. And if at any point you guys have any questions, make sure to ask away. We want to make sure we answer anything that you got. We'll try to keep an eye on the chat if you're watching on Twitch, on YouTube, whichever one, we'll be able to answer your questions. So the animal kind of played out, right? So then we have our Tuesday. Tuesday was pretty good in terms of, well, we had a gap up, right? First of all, gap up, but we did identify the range. This range OTE is what we came into if we were looking at the regular candle. So we came into that and then rejected from there and then continued down. So we could see right over here. This is, I believe, during Asia. No, during London is when we came into that OTE of the range that we have created. It was this range, right? If we were looking at a regular chart right here on the hourly, I'll show you Tuesday. Where's our Tuesday? What is this? Where did we roll? Monday, Tuesday night. So yeah, over here, that Tuesday evening, right? Couldn't hold above this fair value gap. So if we were looking at the regular chart, and then we continued down as we were still looking at this whole range. Then we highlighted the 50% of the weekly wick, which is exactly what we retraced into. Look at that. This weekly candle is ugly. Yeah, we're just an inside candle. But we came into the 19610 at the time we were looking at NQH as well. So they were a little different levels if you look on last Sunday stream. But right here, right, we retraced into it. On Tuesday, we bounced this level actually twice. So we said, hey, this wick is going to be important because we'll probably bounce out of it. That's exactly what we did. But over here, we were holding, price holding the FUG over here, right? This was after our displacement, our previous 5-minute ranges. And we could have all highlighted that. And then we drew out this little zone as well to see if price was going to retrace into it. It did not, but hey, this initial fair value gap held us down. All right, and then we had this liquidity right there outlined. Right, liquidity. Let's continue on Wednesday. What did we do? Another little overnight range, right? We still had London highs. This was a bit of a bottom we were looking to take. We outlined this on our stream live. We said, okay, price could take that Asian high, come back down, probably into OTE, and then reverse from there. In our Discord channel, we also said, hey, price can come into that, take the top of the hourly, go for the bottom, and then reverse. So we outlined our range, right? You can have your whole range. You can also make it this range as well. Almost 705, 618. Both of those level hold right there. So you can see right here, we came into it, almost swept this low. Would have been nice, but sometimes you don't always get what you want. And price continued on up. Right, we also could see that. Let me delete some of this stuff over here. All right here, there's our 930 open. You can take this candle's range or whatever, but you can see the top of it and how we're holding that opening range, right? Sometimes that's something that we do play. So that open range, you can see how we held the top of it, also held the 50% of it, and then continued on up. Built out a little castle right here. This was a crazy little pump at the end of the day. And then we also had this fair value gap hold right here. All right, given that fair value gap, going back to our concept, why is it in fair value? Because it is in discount, right? Where did we bounce out of? Don't bounce out of here. We still have bodies, full bodies in here. But once we get into that discount, that's where we start to do it. And this you could have taken as an OBE over here as well. Or a little, yeah, probably 15-minute. Yep, that's your 15-minute little overblock. Or you could have taken this little breaker block, whichever one, right? We covered both. But just applying those concepts that we've talked about previously. So that was our Wednesday. Right, we already got rid of it. Wednesday. So let's go to Thursday. What do we do Thursday? So price came into OTE of the range. That was the OTE of this range. Right here. Take top to bottom. 786. That held that. Phenomenal. Right? That was after we have taken. So we had the Asian highs, London highs right here. This was the OTE that we were talking about. This was, oh yeah, this was post FOMC. So right here, we took some shorts overnight because we had this to here drawn out on a higher time frame, retraced, rejected off of the 705, could not displace above it. So then we came back down, and then we took that liquidity right here. That initial 2 o'clock yapping took that. So, and then after taking that, right, we did not displace below that level. Still left that liquidity over here. So then we took this OTE of this range. Price came into that OTE, like we just talked about. Then over here, we came up. In our Discord chat, we said, okay, if we are able to displace above this midnight open, then we can see a continuation up. What did we not do? We did not displace above that midnight open. Oh, you good. Huh. I don't know why that would be. I keep cutting out. You guys, no. If it's not working properly, tell me. Voice video stability. I turned it off because you guys are saying something about it. Okay. Yeah. I turned it on after you guys said something about my voice. I was like, what the? Okay. Okay, sick. Sorry, just checking out some technical stuff. So. Right, back to what we were saying. We could not displace above that level. So then we were saying, okay, if we can't displace above it, then we can look for a retrace. Right, we began to slowly break down over here, put in this top candle. Right, look at that Timmy top candle. Price could not close above this level right here or above the close of our previous closing candles. Right, we did not close above that. We drew out our OTE. We said, okay, well, yeah, we could possibly retrace into it. Right, we did not necessarily do that, but still the outline did everything as we wanted the price to play out. Right, close, we have our displacement right here. Below that, okay, a little retrace, still rejecting our levels, and then a continuation down into the OTE of this range. All of this was outlined in our Discord. We had it all perfectly outlined. Timmy played it, everyone played it, right? And then we were also looking at this 15-minute order block. That was our biggest thing, right? We retested this order block multiple times, right? Again, our order block, we swept important liquidity right here, could not displace above it. The previous candle, the top of it is taken, right? The high is taken. And then we also closed below the opening of that candle with our bearish candle. So, all right, this is our bearish order block now. Price comes into it and then continues down. We did bounce. We did want to watch an initial reaction over here on this fair value gap, which we did have. Got an initial reaction, retraced one more time into this order block, and then continued selling. All right, look how well that played out. Beautiful. Friday, honestly, Friday was almost, we barely took any trades on that. Yeah, it was interesting. I mean, we had this this OTE outlined, right? So price came into that OTE over here. You could see 786 came into that. Then we drew out the big OTE. So then I think we took a trade over here. I took a short from over here from that OTE. I was like, yeah, that looks pretty decent considering how strong we've been selling. But also, right, London has taken the bottom and has left Asian tops up above. And we were outlining on Thursday, we were saying we're going to see a S&D day tomorrow. So we're going to go from bottom to top, top to bottom. It's going to be just an interesting day. So we honestly stayed out. Good thing we did because it was also like OPEX. Woo, fuck. Yeah, which once you start trading futures, you kind of fucking forget about MOPEX and all of that quad witching and shit. Yeah. And then what do we do? 925, almost the bottom. We took this level, like barely. Right? Look at that. Look at that sweep. It's disgusting. I think I was looking on the one and I was like, yeah, we could retrace. I took a trade over here once we came into this little order block, and then I took it off over here. Just a quick one. You know, coulda, shoulda, woulda, but we are trying to play just our base hits, right? Base hit, base hit, base hit, base hit. Here we were looking for rejections. We did have some. We had another 15-minute order block. Didn't displace above it. But then we retrace into the OTE of this whole range. Right? You can take this range right there. Oh, right there. 0.5. Sorry. It should be like this. Right? 618. And then we continued up. So a little consolidation, continuation. But right now, on a higher time frame, if we look, we are still in a consolidation. You can see on the hourly, you can see on the 4 hour, we're still in a range. We still have a top of the range, we still have bottom of the range. And right now, we're just trading through those levels. Right? We still have no displacement through or above, not on a higher time frame, not on a lower time frame. We have zero displacement to the upside. Right? We're still just kind of chopping around this daily fair value gap. So for the time being, as long as we're in the range, we're trading as range, right? If the end cases, if we break above this level, then we're looking for this. If not, then that. Like, if there's liquidity swept on the higher time frame, that's where we're looking. And look at the wick that it left right there on the hourly, right? Price opened up, started to go straight for the bottom. Took this, just the importance of higher time frame, right? Something that we covered yesterday. Came up, broke through this fair value gap. Price came down, retested this over here. So we never had a full-on body close that was like more than halfway through the top of this candle. So then we just continued on up. Right? All right. How beautiful that is. Now we got that stuff up above. Tomorrow stream, we will do a full-on outline of everything. But yeah, that's what we got. That's what we got on the weekly. If you guys are just not tuned in, make sure to give it a little like, give it a little share if you're enjoying these. We would highly appreciate that. Well, we already appreciate your viewership. Yeah, my brain is not thinking, dude. My brain is focusing on quitting nicotine right now. Yeah, dude. Second day number 2. Cooking through it. Yeah. Yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. If it's your first time here, give it a like, give it a share, give us a follow. Make sure you follow at Haste Beats. It's our boy. It's the man, the myth, the legend. Make sure you give Big Timmy Hedge a follow as well. Make sure you give follow to Russ the Thracian. Finally learning his name. Great, phenomenal trader. He provides great plans on his Twitter and just inside our Discord as well. If you guys are not inside the Discord, make sure you join. We have 2 more lifetime subscriptions left. This might go pretty fast. We got monthly discount codes going on right now. yeah, that's about it. I mean, if you guys have any questions, make sure to ask away right now in the comments. But we can just sit here, bullshit a little bit, see what we got. We did talk about displacement yesterday, or sorry, not yesterday. We talked about it. No, yeah, yesterday. Yesterday was the stream. No, yesterday we were fucking hanging out, dude. I'm all over the place. Just need to stop fucking talking. Yeah. Yeah, so today's lesson would be displacement. We did cover it very briefly on our live stream on Thursday. We did talk about just kind of what we're looking for, right? Any market structure shift is followed by displacement, or displacement gives you that market structure shift. So displacement is going to be any just large move, right, that has a little fair value gap inside of it. That's what we're looking for when we're talking about displacement. This kind of gives you more of an idea as to how big that move actually is. Yeah, so it's like this huge orders, right? And you could see, I'm sure if we pulled up a volume chart, right, you'd be able to see how big the volume is on this candle versus one of those candles. So at 9:30, right, you can see at 9:30 those big candles, because a lot of people are like either buying, selling, all of those institutions, right? They're using the your common investor, your retail. That's when they're probably most active, right? Because you create a little feeling of FOMO because they don't have pre-market. They see market, oh my god, a gap down. I gotta sell. Guess what they're doing? They're buying. And the opposite goes true. Buy, sell, as Jim Cramer used to say. He still says that. Hey, I'm trying to see if we have anything in our... Ooh, what's that one look like? Visualizing displacement by TFO. Let's see displacement. If I knew how to spell. This one trade. Yep. That's a good one. Yeah, see, that's a 15-minute, like, it's those huge pushes. Typically, a lot of times they do break a level as well. So you could see this one, right? That's what we talk about, those market structure shifts. That is where we typically see them. They're hourly, right? They're just big institutional candles. The liquidity sweep wise, 4 hour. 4 hours even better. Huge. And I open Fuji Sam, Nephew Sam. Let's see fair value gaps. Let's see Nephew Sam's fair value gap indicator isn't that good, guys. If you're using that, it shows you every single gap in price. It doesn't show you an actual fair value gap. Like this indicator. Sometimes this one's a little better. I like this TFO one. Or sorry, this Luxalca one. It just shows me some of the things, liquidities. I don't rely on it, but it's kind of nice to just visualize, okay, there's my fair value gap. Why is it fair value, right? I have a gap right here. Why is it fair value again? Because it is above the 50% or below the 50%, right? Depending. Premium discount. That's what we're looking for with those. Yep. Alley-oop. Q&A. Just a quick little stream. I mean, I don't got anything else, to be honest. You guys got anything? Watching me just like zoom in, zoom out. Yeah.
There is type in SMC once in indicators. This one's pretty cool.
Oh, audio cutting in now. Oh, well, fuck. My bad.
Oh yeah, I was.
The audio. What
Oh.
you guys were talking about back then.
If you type in SMC under indicators, there's a Lux Algo one. Scroll down. Or just type in smart money
Lux
cons. Oh,
Algo.
there it is. Yep, yep. And then go to the settings.
Oh, what the?
Okay, so scroll down more. Turn on fair value gaps right there. And that auto threshold, I think it does only show in premium or discount. Leave that on.
Oh, okay.
And then you can turn off the breaker and change a character and all that shit.
Equal highs, equal lows. Internal order block.
Yep. Oh, turn that one off and then
Show strong, weak, high, low. Oh, just show me.
that confluence filter, flip that on.
Confluence
Yeah.
filter.
And then I think historical, I put the
Present.
That one's pretty good. It even filters out like the,
Oh,
some
what,
indicators will show
historical?
like the market structure shifts and stuff when it's not actually a market structure shift and you're in
Yeah.
a different range. That
Mhm.
confluence fixes that.
Oh, that's sick.
They even have premium discount on the bottom if you turn it on. That one's pretty good.
Oh. Dang. Somebody's having a fucking party next door, dude.
Are they?
Fuck. Gotta go knock.
Turn your speakers up.
Gotta go knock on their door. Like, yo, what the fuck going on, guys?
I'm working.
Yeah. What's going on, guys?
Yeah, say, hey, y'all forgot to give me my invitation.
Yeah. I'm literally next door. What the fuck?
I don't know if you didn't think I was home or.
Yeah, but I just want to remind you that I am home. And
I will be attending your party tonight.
yeah, thank you. It's a solid one. There's also another one that's it's not Luxalgo. Oh, it is Luxalgo. It's order blocks.
Always looks
This- Yeah, Luxalgo is decent. Like this one also shows you premium PD arrays and discount PD arrays. Pretty good. I don't know how accurate the breaker block thing is though.
Yeah, I don't use any. I don't trust them.
Mm-mm. Oh, diddly be nightin'. Yeah, just kind of goofing around out here. Timmy, did you want a quick lesson on TradingView?
Yeah, apparently I really freaking need one.
Are you on a computer?
No, I'm on my laptop. I mean, not my laptop, my phone.
Oh, okay. I mean, if you are on your computer to just like scroll all the way out into the price section, or like all the
Yeah.
way to the right, you can press Alt R, then scroll, zoom out, and then Shift scroll. Shift scroll will scroll you all the way back, and it'll keep the price like locked in the middle. Because
Okay.
otherwise, so that you don't have to like go by hand and like kind of click and drag, you can just Shift scroll.
That's that 4-year-old I was talking about.
Control scroll works cool too for zooming in and out.
Yeah, control scroll is a good one. Alt also, it like kind of locks in into another price point. But yeah, shift scroll is the most solid one. Probably you can just go all the way everywhere. Same thing with like if you're looking through tickers, you can go in your watch list and then arrow key up, down, scroll through them instead of clicking through them. So you can see them changing on there. And then alt, window click, they'll open your chart up like if you have multiple screens, like it'll expand it. If you need to place a vertical line, alt V, horizontal line, alt H, places your lines for you. If you're just looking for like
That's
a
handy.
quick one, yeah. Instead of going through here and then going
Yeah.
to this tool. Dude, I fucking
Yep.
hated that. Literally alt H. Boom. And I can use my up and down arrows to drag to whatever place I need them to be. Also another quick little trick that Shane showed me. So say you highlight this range, right? Or you do, let's do like just a singular 5-minute candle, right? You see how it all just like stays in one place. You can
Yeah.
like key it over. So use your left and right keys, drag them out, and then extend one of the lines back to it, and then extends the whole thing.
Oh, so they extended it all the way right.
Mm-hmm. And then you can go deeper, right? And then bring it back.
Gotcha.
Instead of clicking into it, dragging this, and then using this to extend it.
Well, see, on mine, you can go, or what I did was I went in the settings and it goes all the way to the right. But it goes all the way to the right and it don't ever stop.
Oh, yeah, you can set that too,
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah, I don't like it.
It takes up so much of your chart.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
exactly.
takes up the whole thing, and then when you try to scroll over, it's like it moves it.
Uh-huh. Yeah, extend lines to the left. Yeah, it's just a whole freaking boom.
So use the keys to scroll it over, then you can move the line back over.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Something quick and easy. You can preset your things, like you can save presets too. I mean, I'm sure you know that one.
No, I didn't know that one.
Oh, you didn't know
Really
that
good.
you can do, so like I have all the different
No.
presets, right? So even if I draw this OTE, right? I draw an OTE and then I want to convert it to a standard deviation. And just click the standard deviation and that puts it into standard deviation.
You can do that with
Mm.
lines, boxes, fibs, anything.
Mm-hmm. So just whatever you like, make your settings and then template, save as, and then save it as whatever you want it to
Timmy
be.
sandwich.
Got that Timmy lines. I think I saved them into my PPT, PSD. Yeah, I added them. So, TGIF, all of them. And then same with like lines if you have a specific name in them or on them. Bloop. But that's about it. That's all I got for today.
And I got a lot to learn.
A little stream, a little here and there. I'm in a Doge short right now. Not gonna
Hey.
gonna confess that I'm in a little Doji short, but you know it is.
I hope you get ripped to shreds.
Dude, the fuck.
Not financial advice, but I hope you lose your banking account.
Yep. Thanks.
Man.
That's
What do you think? What are you looking at for? I know you're probably gonna go over this tomorrow, but if you just a quick like glance, what are you looking to reject?
on
this
the
coming up week.
on this coming up week. Um, Stick a gander. Let's take a fucking look, ski. See what we got. Week high. I'm going off of the NQH chart, by the way, or sorry, NQM.
What's the difference?
NQH is the March contract, so the price is lower, and NQM, since we gapped up,
okay.
it's like the adjusted contract or whatever. I'm still looking for this level to hold, see how we react around this level, 19893. If what we're doing around it, 18893, and then we need to clear this other one, 18986, and then from there we can go higher. From there we can actually look for a retrace, possibly back up maybe into this fair value gap, just because of how we're closing this. But also next week is the last monthly. Next week is the last week of the month, pretty much. So they can either take this month lower and then bounce it in like mid next week, or they can put in a wick on this monthly.
I'd like to see them hit the 50% of that weight.
50% of
50% of the weekly week. Or the monthly week that's left right now.
oh yeah.
I doubt. I know we're going to the. I know we trade a little different, but the 200 MA on the daily should get hit.
Yeah, see, I like the fact that we hit the 50% of this right here.
Yeah.
50%, so like CE. Right. So we hit the 50% of that. So now I'd be looking to either retrace and continue lower, or we're just bounce, because this monthly right now. Oh, did we hit the 50% of this wick? Hold up. No, we didn't. Close.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think our retrace is done yet. Look at this fucking range. We ain't done.
I don't think so either.
We ain't done yet.
It's like one of those times where it's like they can really do whatever they want from here. They could
Yeah.
retrace up super high before they come smashing back down, and everyone misses it.
Yeah.
Hate this
Yeah,
part.
but
I mean,
they
the only thing is,
could
like,
close JPM, Jason Morgan, in the money.
1.618. Look at that fucking range.
And then
Damn.
we have the tariffs on the second.
Tariff. All everyone wants to talk about is tariff. Look at this. Damn, we could actually kind of bounce a nice range. I think monthly 618 if we took the OTE. It's previous months. Look at that. 0.618.
Are you talking?
Who, me? Right now? Yeah, I'm talking.
I can hear you now. I can hear you now.
Yeah, look at this one. 618 right there.
Yeah.
That's decent.
That would be bullish.
Mm-hmm. And we're closing above the close of this candle too.
Ooh, could do outside week because we had inside weeks.
Yeah,
We could take top, go low.
I'd like to see that.
Yeah.
There you go.
Low, go top.
Or down. Or
I'd
just
like to
go.
take top and go low.
Or just go up.
I need some better dip buys. Stuff ain't cheap enough yet, so I gotta continue on down.
Or they just don't give anyone a dip buy because they
Yeah.
did that shit in August.
Don't talk like that.
I know I don't want to think like that, but I know they love doing it.
Yep.
And then everyone's sidelined acting like they're making money and no one's even in anything.
You could just paper trail like banana.
Shots fired.
The main thing you want to do is sell Dogecoin. What?
Nope.
More dip buys
That's
on
what-
Doge. How's Juve doing?
That's
How's
what-
my girl Juve doing? She's fucking murdered, dude.
I'm not selling my spot Doge. I don't. It's fine right here. I think.
I'm not either. I'm just goofing around for.
Leverage, yes, I would short, but that weekly, I want to see if we can reverse off that last week.
That.
These last 2 weeks, actually, there's just no volume anymore in crypto. Just gone. Trump sucked it dry.
Yo, on that note, we're gonna end it here, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure you check out papertraders.io for awesome Discord where we cover in-depth analysis and share some market insight. Make sure you guys. Oh wait, did I post day 38? I did post day 30. I'm so goofy.
Yeah, you did it today.
Well, I also did it. I did it on the 21st. I don't know why on my Twitter feed it wasn't showing up. I'm so silly. I need to delete that tweet. Whoops. I thought I never posted a picture for yesterday. I was like, damn. It turns out I did. Okay, thank you guys for tuning in. If you guys enjoyed this, make sure to give it a like, give it a share. Follow Big Timmy Hedge on Twitter. Follow Hayes Beats on Twitter. Follow Restoration on Twitter. Make sure you check out the Discord, as that's where the value lies.
Mm-hmm.
Post replays in there. Post everything in there. You get some special indicators from Timmy from Hayes as well. Get some special documents that you won't find online. Check out the YouTube. So check out either the link on the website under all of our web pages. Check out YouTube. That's where you can view the previous live streams that we have done already. Or just don't. You know, that's up to you. We do these every day, or try to at least. Try to stay as consistent as possible, but as we all know, sometimes stuff gets in the way. But we're going to continue to bring you guys value, so we appreciate your support. On that note, we are going to see you guys tomorrow, where we're going to do a little Sunday review. We're going to go over some setups, what we see on the week, maybe cover some stock charts. We're also going to cover our Asian session dynamics and how it interacts with the rest of the market. So thank you
Yeah, I'll
guys.
put together a watch list tonight. And we can go over it tomorrow.
Sweet. Sounds awesome. Well,